Let's solve one more question. Now, in this question he is asking how many grams of CaCO3 are required to react with 98 gram 25% pure of H2SO4. Now, over the period of time I have seen that this percentage purity type of questions students generally have problems. So, let us see how to solve these type of problems. So, the solution. Now, this is a question of stoichiometry, means first we have to write down the chemical reaction, right. So, the chemical reaction between the calcium carbonate CaCO3 and H2SO4 is CaCO3 plus H2SO4 will give us CaSO4 plus CO2 plus H2O, right. Now, the next step, first we have to write down the number of moles in which they are reacting and the number of moles of the products. So, we can say that 1 mole of calcium carbonate is reacting with 1 mole of H2SO4 and it gives 1 mole of calcium sulphate, 1 mole of CO2 and 1 mole of water is produced, right. Now, 1 mole of calcium carbonate required 1 mole of H2SO4. Since he is asking the answer in grams, we have to convert it in the weight, means we have to convert the number of moles in the weight, right. So, first we have to write down the relationship between the amount of calcium carbonate used and H2SO4 used in the number of moles, then we will convert into the weights, right. So, 1 mole of H2SO4 requires 1 mole of calcium carbonate, right. Now, what we have to do? We have to convert the number of moles into grams. So, we can say that 1 mole of H2SO4 is 98 grams of H2SO4 will require 100 gram of calcium carbonate, as the molar mass of the calcium carbonate is 100 gram, right. Let us move ahead. If 98 gram of H2SO4 needs 100 gram of CaCO3, but we are considering that H2SO4 is pure, right. It is 100% pure, that is why 98 gram of H2SO4 requires 100 gram of CaCO3 to react completely. But in the question it is written that it is 98 gram, but it is 25% pure, means the actual weight of H2SO4, that is not 98 gram, that is equal to 98 multiplied by 25 by 100 grams, means 25% of 98 grams. So, if we solve it, we will get 20 4.5 grams, right. Now, again we have to make a relationship between amount of H2SO4 and amount of calcium carbonate in terms of weight. So, we can say that 98 gram of H2SO4 require 100 gram of CaCO3. 1 gram of H2SO4 will require 100 by 98 grams CaCO3, right. And how many grams H2SO4 we have? We have 24.5 grams of H2SO4, right. So, for 24.5 grams of H2SO4, we need 100 upon 98 multiplied by 24.5 gram of calcium carbonate, CaCO3, right. And if we solve it, then this will cancel out and we will get 4 here. So, we will get 100 by 4 grams of calcium carbonate, right. So, that is equal to 25 grams CaCO3. So, this is the final answer. Now, it means that if H2SO4 is not pair, then what we have to do? First, we have to find out the actual weight that is present in the sample of the H2SO4. Then we can find out the actual amount of calcium carbonate which is required to complete the reaction, right. So, these type of questions in which the percentage purity of the reactant is given, we will solve those questions in this manner, right. Now, one more thing I want to tell you. Some reactions we studied in this lecture only, like SO2 gas plus half O2 gas gives SO3 gas. So, this reaction is a gaseous reaction, right. Reactant and product both are gases. So, it is possible that reactants are solid also and the liquid also. Reactants can be gases and liquid also. Reactants can be gases and the solids also, right. So, there are many type of reactions, and in the next lecture we are going to study about the reactions which takes place in the aqueous medium. But for that we have to study about the concentration terms like molarity, molality, mole fraction, normality, mass percentage, etc. Okay? Till then, goodbye.